Summer is here and school books are closing for the next few months. While the kids may be thrilled, parents could be a little worried about the studies showing that the summer break can lead to a steep learning loss. So Stuart Ackerman is the author of Learn 'em Good, Summer Learning Loss, and the founder of TutorGiant.com. He's in our studios this morning with some creative ways to keep our children educationally engaged this summer. When we're talking about summer learning loss, it's not just about they're not doing that every day. There's some significant, in the studies, shows significant memory loss in terms of certain subjects.
That's right. Well, the studies show that on average children lose about 1 month of reading and 2.2 months of math. And these are studies, and they take the scores from the standardized tests in the fall, compare them to the spring. Obviously kids do a little bit better in reading because they do read over the summertime, but with math they're not always practicing their skills. And this is a problem, especially for kids who aren't getting A+ all the time.
So aside from saying, okay kids, we're going to gather around the dock or the picnic table and do math, there are some fun ways and creative ways that you've brought in.
Well, sometimes the best learning is when the student doesn't know he or she is learning, right? So I brought in some of my favorite ideas for ways that parents can help their kids at home. Instead of running out to the bookstore and getting books and getting their kids to sit down, I've tried that. It doesn't work very well. So I brought in my favorite ways, and I can show you all these ways and how they reinforce skills and concepts that are taught in the curriculum regardless of where you live.
And different subjects as well.
And all different subject areas. Okay, so let's start off with reading. And one of my favorites is the Magic Tree House series. And the Magic Tree House series, excellent for obviously reading comprehension skills. Also for science, social studies. We have animals, we've got history. We've got ancient Rome.
And for what grade, like, or what age?
Average from 5 to 10-year-olds. But if it's too hard for your child, you can always read out loud. And what's great is I take my kids online. We go to YouTube. We reinforce what they're learning. Last week I took them to the museum, and parents can take their kids and reinforce. There's Middle Ages. There's grade 4 curriculum.
Depending on whatever the subject matter is in the book.
Exactly. So that's a great resource. One of my favorite. Another one for your struggling readers or young readers, flashcards. You can make the flashcards or buy them, and you can play games like hide and seek or concentration, and the students will learn all the different words that are on the flashcards.
So the hide and seek, how would you do that with that?
So you get 2 sets, and you can hide the cards and ask your child to go find them, and when they come back with a card, they say, I found, and you'd ask, what did you find? I found the word want. So they would have that. One of my favorite for the reluctant reader, I love these video game guides. These video game guides are very extensive guides. There's a lot of writing, a lot of reading, and if a great reward system is you tell your child, okay, read this, tell me what your plan is on winning at the game or doing the game, write it down in a procedure, and then I will buy you the game. That's a great reinforcer.
Nice goal at the end of it.
Great goal at the end of it. Or your child can read it out loud to you for oral communication skills. There's so many things to do. Newspaper, great idea. Just have your child read the newspaper, read out loud to you, discuss issues throughout the day. Reading and oral communication.
I love doing that because there's always something in the paper where that will interest them to read about.
For sure. Sports or travel or wheels. Sure. Another great writing activity is they say a picture says 1,000 words. Well, now write them. So for younger children, they can take a picture of some event they've been in, their trip to the zoo, for example, and write about the zoo. For older children, they can write in paragraphs. They can, scrapbooking for the summer, especially on vacation. It's a great idea. For social studies and geography, and especially the Canadian curriculum, we have placemats. And I put these on the table for my children, and these placemats are great because they will be looked at when the children are eating, and they can look at Canada, and this is grade 4 and 5 curriculum, and it's a great resource for kids to become interested.
That's a good fun thing.
And then we have some math. When you're shopping, you can use some coupons. Ask your child if you're saving 15 cents on an item, how much will you save on 5 items or what have you. Figure out discounts.
Oh, that's a good idea.
With food, with chocolate or cereal, again, this box is a great math resource. You can have this as a 3D shape. And you can discuss that as a prism, and the edges and the vertices and how many sides it has and the shape. You can also look at the nutritional value of cereal, any food item, and you can discuss with your child, okay, well, there's 10 grams of fat in 1 cup, how much in 3 cups? Let's actually use a measuring cup, pour it into your cereal, and then figure it out. right?
And kids love to play with water or rice or whatever it is that they can be
Cooking, yeah.
pouring back.
And they can do the same. You can have your child take a look at items around the house with different units of measurement, millimeters, centimeters.
Monopoly.
Monopoly is a great resource to use for kids to learn higher numbers, greater numbers, and if you want, you can charge interest. And again, they can use a calculator to figure out interest, so you can get into decimals and different amounts. And again,
I know we're out of time, but just grab that placemat because I
Yeah,
think that's
sure.
fantastic
Yes.
to show that.
another placemat, you can get subtraction, addition, multiplication. My kids learn how
all
to
there.
multiply using this just at dinner time. I don't have to teach them, don't have to do anything, just ask them a few questions, and they'll get it.
That's excellent. Thank you so much, Stuart, once
Thank you.
again for coming in.